Okay, in this part, we're going to teach you how to handle the inbound call in an appointment culture. Now remember, when you pick up the phone and you're talking to someone about a vehicle, you have one goal. What is that goal again? That's right, your only goal is an appointment that shows. Your goal is not an appointment, it's an appointment that shows. See, our goal is not to get off the phone quickly. So when we ask for the appointment, we need to make sure it's a very firm appointment. So here's what we have to do. Our only goal is an appointment that shows. We have to ask for the appointment. Now, we usually get 3 types of calls on vehicles from, say, cars.com or autotrader.com or from our own website that are going to close today. And those 3 types of calls are this. They're a stock check, a price check, or an equipment check, right? Is it in stock? What's your best price? Does it have third row seats? A stock check or price check or equipment check. Now, first I'm going to show you the way that most dealers who do a decent job handle this call. And this is actually the wrong way to handle this call because their goal is information. Our goal is an appointment that shows. So here's how they handle the call. Hi, Steve Stauning with Century Toyota. How can I help you today?
Yeah, I'm calling about a 2013 Camry that you got on autotrader.com, the blue one. Is that still in stock?
And now, here's what your team does. You know, I saw that Camry this morning, but I know there was a young couple looking at it last night. Now, they may have put a deposit on it, and I'm not sure. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to go outside, put my hands on the vehicle, make sure that it's still here. Then I want to talk to the sales manager, make sure that it's still available for sale. So if you would do me the honor, if you could please give me your name and number, I'll go outside, make sure it's still there, and I will call you right back. See, the goal there was information. And it's not your salespeople's fault, it's the manager's fault, right? Because managers were saying you've got to get the name and you've got to get the phone number of everybody who calls. And the only way we can do that is to tell them we're going to go outside and put our hands on the vehicle to make sure it's still in stock. We're going to go talk to the manager and see what the best price is that we can do. We're going to go out to the vehicle to verify that it has third row seats. Can I get your name and number so I can call you back? The problem with that, of having a goal of information, is this is what happens 5 minutes later when you do try to call them back. Voicemail. Hey, Mrs. Jones, Steve Stauning calling from Century Toyota. Hey, yeah, that blue Camry is still in stock and available for sale. Please give me a call right away so that we can schedule an appointment. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye. That's it. You didn't get to talk to her. You didn't get to set the appointment because you got her information. She sees your number calling back. She knows why you're calling, right? She asked you a question. Is it in stock? She knows what you're going to say. And she's afraid you're going to sell her. So that's why she lets it go straight to voicemail. The other reason it may have gone straight to voicemail is she may have been calling 4 other dealers while she was waiting on you to call her back, right? She may have been looking at other Camrys in the market, right? My gosh, they might be looking at other vehicles. So here's how we're going to handle those inbound calls from today moving forward, because now we have a goal. The goal is an appointment that shows. It's not information. So here's how the call should go. Hi, Steve Stauning, Century Toyota. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm calling about a 2013 Toyota Camry blue I saw on AutoTrader. Is that still in stock?
We're going to create the same sense of urgency that we did before. Yes, ma'am, I saw that vehicle this morning. However, there was a young couple looking at it last night. Now, they may have put a deposit on that vehicle. I'm not sure. That's creating the sense of urgency, just like we did on the last call, but here's where we start to change. I do, however, have 2 test drives open on that vehicle today. I've got a 12:15 and a 12:45. Which one works better for you? See, what I'm going to do, wait, Steve, how can you set the appointment? You don't have her information. That's right. Guess what she's going to give me freely once I set the appointment? She's going to give me her name. She's going to give me her phone number. She's going to give me her email address. She'll give me her children's names and date of births if I ask, because now we have a relationship. Now I've set an appointment. See, I haven't tried to sell her a thing. I've said, yes, I saw that blue Camry this morning, but I do know there was a couple looking at it last night. They may have put a deposit on it. And oh, by the way, we don't want to lie. So the sense of urgency that we're going to create could be something simple as, could be as simple as this, right? Yes, I actually saw that Camry this morning, although I know at the price that we have it at, it's not going to make it through to the weekend. I do have 2 test drives open on that Camry today. I've got a 12:15 and I've got a 12:45. Which one works better for you? See, all she did was she asked, is it in stock? I said it's in stock. I created a sense of urgency, and then I set the appointment. Now, once I set the appointment, guess what? I can now ask her for information. Okay, so we're going to see you today at 12:15. Can I get your name? All right, Barbara Jones. Fantastic. And Barbara, could I also get your phone number in case anything happens to the Camry? I want to be able to give you a call. All right, fantastic. Now, listen, I'd like to send you some additional pictures about the Camry. If I could get your email address, that would be great. Okay, great. Thanks. And then what we're going to do, once we get their information, we're going to promise to get her some information, and this is critical, we're going to keep our promises. So here's how we're going to promise to get her information. We're going to recap the appointment that we just set. Remember, our goal is an appointment that shows. Our goal is not to get off the phone. See, once she sets the appointment for 12:15, we have her name and her phone number. Your team wants to do this.
Okay, we'll see you 12:15, bye.
Because they want to hang up that phone right away. They're afraid she's going to cancel the appointment. She's not. She just set the appointment. We created a sense of urgency. We set the appointment. We got her information. She's going to show up. Now we're going to recap. And this is how we're going to recap, because we're going to promise to get her some information. Okay, Mrs. Jones, so we're going to see you today at 12:15 to test drive that 2013 Toyota Camry that we've got on AutoTrader. Now, Mrs. Jones, we're going to get that Camry clean gas, parked out front, ready to go. So when you arrive for your test drive, you will be in and out and on your test drive within 5 minutes. Now, Mrs. Jones, if anything happens to us with that Camry, or if for some reason that Camry is no longer for sale, I'm going to call you right away to let you know, because I don't want you to waste a trip down here. And Mrs. Jones, all I ask from you is that you show us the same courtesy. So can I count on you for today at 12:15? See, when I say, can I count on you for today at 12:15, when she answers yes to that, do you know what my show rate is? My show rate is 80%, without even doing an appointment confirmation, just because I did that recap and just because I said, can I count on you for today at 12:15? So I've just guaranteed myself an 80% show rate if she says yes to that. Now remember, I promised to get her some information. So let's say we go out to the desk and we ask for the keys, or we go to get the keys for the Camry and they're not there. We saw the Camry this morning, but guess what? Somebody bought it this morning already. Or there was a deposit put it on last night and it sold, right? So we saw it, but it was actually already a sold vehicle. So we promised to get information. We're going to keep our promises. We're going to call her back and tell her that Camry is no longer for sale. We are not going to keep our fingers crossed and fight that battle when it gets here. Here's the reason. And I know your managers say, just get them in. That's wrong. Because the world has changed. The world has changed, and we have this thing called the internet. We have things like Yelp and Google Places where people will flame us online, but worse, if we tell someone something's in stock and we set an appointment for it and they show up and it's not there, they're not going to buy something from us. There's a 90% chance that they're going to be so mad that they will probably go online and crush us, or worse, call the state and accuse us of bait and switch. Fact of the matter is, it's not bait and switch. The car was sold, so let's call her right away. If the vehicle's sold, let's find two alternate vehicles that are fairly close in price and in body style to that vehicle. And same color would be great. And then we're going to call her back. And we're going to say something like this. Hey, Mrs. Jones, I apologize. That Camry actually was already spoken for. Someone did put a deposit on it last night. However, I do have two other 2013 Camrys in stock right now. Both of them are at or below the price of that one. What I'd like to do is get those clean gas parked out front, ready to go. So when you arrive, you can test drive one or both of them right away. So can I count on seeing you today at 12:15? See, we're going to call her back, because now, if she needed that blue Camry, if she needed the color blue, she needed that specific Camry, whatever, I don't know why. And she isn't, and she says no, she's not going to show up now at 12:15. That's okay, because you weren't going to sell her anyway. But if she says yes, I'll still keep my 12:15, our closing ratio is going to be 80%, because now she's going to look at two vehicles and it's going to be a choice of A or B. And she's going to pick one of them, and we're going to close at 80%. So I'm going to get 80% show, I'm going to close at 80%. That means I'm going to sell 64 cars to every 100 people who call me and I set appointments with. And that's important. That's why we treat the inbound call the way we do. That's why the goal is not information. The goal is what? An appointment that shows.